Alright, thanks for tuning in. I have here a Davinci 1.0 Pro. Had it for about a year now, and I've just experienced some feeding issues, and after researching it I see it's been, I don't know, it's not a common issue, but there's plenty of fixes out there for it. Mainly what I did here was fix the feeding issue and also made an extension here to go in so you don't have to take it apart this much or use any kind of tool, and it upgrades the fitting as well. This is the original fitting here. It's got a black piece on the end. This part is mainly what failed. The black part came right out and the tubing no longer held grip, so you can replace those very easily. And the other problem is this piece here. This piece of tubing is just crappy. This is what originally happened to me. I unloaded my filament one day. This piece came off of the zip tie. This pulled right out, and this tubing was all kinked up, and the filament was all snagged in there. And as you can see, it's just not in good shape. So get rid of that little piece there. That's garbage. And buy yourself some of these. And I got these on Amazon. These are amazingly good quality. They're a little bit more expensive. I think I got 2 of them for like $6, but you know, they got the little teeth in there and everything, really nice. They pop really good. So this is a 6mm thread. And then you take your original fitting and then you just tap it with 6mm thread, which is very simple. You don't have to drill it or anything like that. And then those simply just screw together. And then you got the extended feeder. And that you can screw right back in there. Now the tip is upgraded, and as well it's longer, so once you put your casing back on and whatnot, you'll be able to twist it off and access it without having to use any tool or anything like that. Okay, so now that that's done, you want to move on to the hot end area. This part's upgraded. That'll never slip. It's a very much better piece. So now I have more of those 6mm adapters, so you want to take apart your entire you know, assembly. So this you're not going to touch at all. This part here, you want to take this top part off, just pop these 2 back clips, and it just pops right off. And then you'll see that in here you'll find this little rubber thing that feeds it through. Remove that. Now this is the part that you don't have to do because you can keep it stock, but you know, this works much better. That is the 6mm. With the 6mm you have to be very careful because there's not much room to play around in there. So you only want to drill it out, you know, a little ways, and just get enough to get that sucker in there nice and snug. Make sure you do everything nice and straight. But this goes back on just like that. Slips right over, clips in, and then you see you have a direct line right to that adapter there. And then if you ever need to get to it, you can just pop it from in here with a little flathead or something. It's not that hard to get. This eliminates this whole assembly here, so you don't have to use these pieces. You can just run your tube straight in. So I haven't used much for tools for this assembly of this thing. This here is the main, it's a Torx 10. That's what I've used to take apart all the little screws. That's the only one I've had to use. And then for all my tapping, because I'm using the 6mm ones that I really like, I've just used the 6M 1.0 tap and the drill bit that goes with it. And that's pretty simple. Just again, be very, very careful when you're tapping this. Don't go too far in there. try to tap it as little as you can if you're using the 6mm. Now if you want here, I just love these pieces, but you can use a 5mm 8.0 tap and just use the 5mm thread, and then you don't have to drill it at all. So now, once you get that on there, there's, you know, difficulty in getting this piece on, because this is in the way of getting this screw right here that comes through from this side in with this on first. So if you're able to tap it really well and get a good thread, then you can remove it, put this piece on, and then thread this back in. But I like to get a nice snug fit, so I get it nice and tight first, and then all I did was go out and get these little nuts for these little tiny things. They're threaded to these T10 screws, so just bring one of those with you when you get them, and then all I did was just super glue one of them right there, and when I put it on, it's just going in reverse, and it works out pretty good. Alright, there we go, that's together. It's hard to see. The nut is back there, but it's just screwed in from the other side, that's all. And that's very secure and on there. Okay, now here we can still use this little rubber thing. We just need to obviously cut the other end off, and then you can stick it back in how it was. Alright, and here we go, back to printing. Everything's great, working out really good. There's the extended, as you can see. You can access it without removing anything anymore. Tube's good, going right into the top of the printer, right into the top of the hot end, sorry, and that rotates and works out beautifully, so everything's going good. This upgrade works really well. Hope it gives you just as much good result as myself. Just be careful tapping that again. Printing here, PTG. It's working out really well, and the Davinci 240. Alright, thank you.